Hello, everyone. Good evening to the student leaders of the Medical Technology Society. I thank the organizers for the invitation that you have graciously extended to me tonight. And I hope that my sharing, no, my quick sharing with you will be something meaningful, no? Something that you'll find value in. The world that I'm going to share with you or talk about tonight is, of course, social media, something that we're familiar with, we're immersed in. Okay, and I was given the task to share my thoughts on two topics. The first being leaving an impact through establishing a reputable social media presence and the effective use of social media. And the second one is adapting to current social media trends. Okay, I'd like to believe that the two topics in relation to leaving behind a positive and a reputable social media presence, and at the same time, and the other topic being adapting to social media trends, are two things that are to be juxtaposed. No, magkaiba sila. Magkaiba ang focus, magkaiba ang intent. The first one, for example, the first one talks about something that lasts, no, something that endures. Okay, while the second one, talks about something. Okay, it talks about something that fades away. Okay, so if in the first one, okay, our topic will be on leaving behind a reputable social media presence, I'd like you to think of it as something that you will have to maintain, something that you will have to sustain. In the second one, something that you'll have to adjust to. Okay, and I'd like to start no with the second one. Okay, starting with social media and adapting to the social media trends. Younger generations like you guys, okay, I'd like to believe are better wired, no, hardwired to actually adapt to the ever-changing technological features. Okay, although as you approach professional life, you'll notice that you'll actually slow down, perhaps even lessen the number or the variety of technological tools that you are using. While you're in school, while you have been exposed in school, and as you were growing up to various social media trends, this will most likely lessen. This will most likely decrease, no, as you enter the professional world. Why so? Because eventually you get your own comfort zone about which platforms you're gonna use and which trends you're going to adopt, which ones you're going to retain even after the trend is gone. Social media trends can mean a lot of different things. The first being the trends in terms of the platforms. Okay. These trends tend to be more stable, tend to be more enduring because it takes time to actually develop a new platform and gain a following. Social media trends, however, in terms of content, social media trends, however, in terms of the topics, okay, is a totally different issue. Social media trends, and well, the term given to me was adapting, adapting to current social media trends. One of the things that you as student leaders, okay, and I'll take a more conservative route in sharing my thoughts on this. I actually advise caution in relation to current social media trends. Okay. Social media, and you know this very well, social media have provided a voice and a platform for those who were erstwhile voiceless, those who did not have platforms. Okay. Social media have, for its the positive side of social media, it has given rise, the networks and the different platforms have given rise to a lot of great advocacies. And one of the things that I hope you as future professionals, future leaders will do is to continue using social media for that good. Social media gives a voice to the voiceless. It gives a platform to those who have no one listening to them. Okay. And that entails something great, okay, in terms of the benefits and even in terms of the risks. Okay. The recent years of Philippine social media, at the very least, have shown how potent social media is in terms of giving rise to certain issues. We have normalized commenting on political issues, although our brand of commenting on political issues has not yet reached the level in which we, I guess, intelligently discourse about them, at least not for the general population. Our way of discoursing about them, our way of interacting about them, is still in the Filipino way of making light of it, no, cracking jokes about it, and all these kinds of things. I hope that you will reverse, or if not reverse, at least counter the trend of satirizing every single thing. Because there are reviewing social media trends, no, there are things that you cannot make light of. There are things that you cannot make a joke about. Okay, social media will be here to stay and will continue to be the main way by which people get to learn, get to be fooled, get to be informed or misinformed, okay, even beyond the pandemic. And I hope that as allied health professionals, you'll actually, use the tools wisely and be a voice, to counteract the cacophony of lies, the problems that we usually encounter in terms of social media. Another trend that I saw, okay, in social media, and I hope, to comment on it, okay, we notice social media, which of course has given everybody the platform to be a storyteller, to be a thought leader, no? To borrow a term used, I think, by Rappler. Okay, the danger of social media, I guess, is we have made truth an opinionated thing. We have made facts subject to opinion. And that is one thing that I would like to caution everyone about. When you talk about facts, painful, unpopular, uncomfortable, funny, absurd though facts may be, facts are not open to opinions. That's the danger right now, I guess. No, that's the danger in terms of the trend that I guess I see on social media. We tend to focus more on what you feel about it, what you think about it, okay? And sometimes when you do that, okay, when you abuse that, okay, in relation to factual information, we muddle truth. No wonder revisionism exists. No wonder in Philippine social media and in even in mature, supposedly mature democracies, okay, revisionism, lies, propaganda are all very, very common and even very effective. Okay, to the point that these tools, no, on social media, okay, are now being used to sugarcoat erstwhile bitter memories, to whitewash erstwhile dark personalities and memories. Okay, I hope that you will join, no, in making the trend that we will face facts again. Okay, because I'd like to believe that what is sacrificed at the altar of political correctness is the accuracy of facts. I guess one trend that we have found quite controversial of late is there's, this genuine desire, this noble desire even to be politically correct, to be less offensive as much as possible, although people have a funny way of showing that they don't want to offend others. Okay, I think that what we sacrifice at the altar of political correctness is accuracy of facts. Okay, political correctness should never come at the expense of being able to face facts. Okay, which leads me now to the second topic that I wish to comment on, or wish to share my ideas about. And this is in relation to leaving behind a reputable social media presence. Well, earlier, the first speaker was, a pre-service teacher of the university, Gab Delara, who's who's working with me in the education high school as an English pre-service teacher, and he knows very well my pet peeve. And whenever I try to mentor them, I always say that if you want to be a reputable, a respected teacher, yes, of course, it is important that you are nice. Yes, of course, it is important that you are ethical. Okay. But the very first thing that people will look at, the face value of it, will be your ability to share content accurately and to do so in a language that is correct, in a language that is wonderfully used. Okay. And that leads me, the first thing that you have to remember in terms of leading or leaving behind, rather, leaving behind a reputable social media presence is you have to have a very good combination of substance and form. Okay? Substance and form. Okay. Mahalaga, may laman ito. Okay? Let us stop normalizing anti-intellectualism. But as intellectuals, let us also humble ourselves. No? Let us stop the trend of anti-intellectualism. Okay? But let us do that by humbling ourselves as intellectuals and reaching out to those who may not have had the same opportunities that we had to get a good education. Okay? The recent cases of anti-intellectualism, the recent cases against facts, even against verified information, while it is being abused at the for the benefit of propaganda and revisionism, it is also, I think, a long overdue reaction to intellectuals being so snotty, being so arrogant that they cannot actually be reached by people. Okay? In the age of information, okay? In the age of information explosion, I think we who have been given the privilege, and remember, being able to study at this time is a privilege. Okay? Being able or having been given the chance to be educated bears with it or carries with it a responsibility, especially to those who have been robbed or who have been deprived of such opportunity or privilege. When you want to establish and later on leave behind a credible social media presence, as I said, the first thing you need to have is substance. Okay? What is something that you're good at? What is something that you have mastered? If you want to be a thought leader, if you want to be an influencer, okay, and not just about aesthetics, beauty, or talent, if you want to dabble into thoughts, okay, opinions, viewpoints, okay, then you have to have a very solid foundation in terms of substance. I'd like to believe that people on social media, okay, even though a lot of people who they trend, they become popular, some are funny, okay, some are talented, okay, and some may not be funny, they may not necessarily be talented, but they're intellectuals. All three at some point will earn a level of respect from their audience. You'd like to perhaps see or determine the path that you want to take. Are you taking the road of being funny? Are you taking the road of performing arts, talent, okay, arts, these kinds of things? Are you taking the road of thoughts? Are you taking the road of intellect? Are you taking the road of intelligence or academia or professional excellence or whatever that is? Okay. Whichever path you choose, be good at it. Okay. You claim to be a graduate of medical technology, prove you are. Okay. At the very least, do not do something that is unbecoming of it. And that's a very tall order. Okay. No, di ba? Parang walang iniwan yan sa pagdududa natin. Bakit kung sino pa ang history major, siya pa ang apologist? Bakit kung sino pa ang history major, siya pa ang pro-revisionism? Okay? Kasi it seems that it betrays, no? It seems that it betrays the identity, the training. And that, I think, is one thing that you will need to also factor in Okay, when you want to leave behind, okay, when you want to leave behind a credible presence, a respectable and a reputable presence, then they should see consistency. They should see also a sense of integrity. And of course, they should see mastery. Mahirap ang, di ba, yung itsura, yung face value. Face value pala. When the way you speak, the way you share ideas, maganda na meron kang sense of mastery of the things that you are trying to say. Okay, now, pardon me for the background noise. I am in a shared room. Okay, so okay, another thing that you have to look at is also form. Okay, paano kang nag-express? Paano kang nag-share? Paano kang nakikisalamuha sa mga tao when you talk about social media? Okay? Remember that on social media, in the same manner that you have the right to express your views, in the same manner that you have the right to maybe even demand or get people's attention, you also have a responsibility to your audience. And this entails not just sharing something that is true. This also entails sharing something that is true in a manner that is acceptable. Okay? So when you leave behind, no, when you utilize social media, if you are an intellectual, if you are someone who is privileged, someone who has been given, okay, the chance to actually learn something, to be educated about something, then use it for the greater good. Do not use it to put yourself on a high pedestal looking down on others. Okay? Use your opportunity of being educated as a way to also educate others. Don't share fake news. You know that very well. Don't share something just because it trends. Do your own research. It is safer to not post anything. You're not gonna die if you're not gonna post something. Okay? You're not gonna die if you're not gonna post something. Okay? Instead, okay, it's gonna be better if you actually just try to double check, validate everything instead of jumping the gun and then joining the trend. Those who join the crowd tend to get lost in the same crowd. Social media crowds are already filled with people, okay, who seem to be lost. Do not anymore join or add to those people. The recent issues that we have had, the recent pandemic or the ongoing pandemic has shown or have shown that we are actually using social media not just for entertainment anymore, but to make good decisions, informed decisions about what we're going to do in life. As leaders, as future professionals, if you want to be reputable, take the job seriously. Do not do not always dichotomize your this is my personal, this is my professional. Okay? The, people tend to do that. Iba ako sa personal, iba ako sa professional. Okay? It's the same person. If you would later on reveal who you are and say who you are on social media and want to engage, then embrace the responsibility that comes with it. Okay? Do so in a way that gives justice to what it is that you want, okay, or what it is that you represent. Okay? Nitong pandemya na to, ang dami ng mga taong parang tinalikuran na ang kanilang pinag-aralan at pininindigan. Okay? How many, how many people, okay, despite being learned in the medical arts or in health, for example, have turned their backs on credible, verified scientific evidence and using their own credibility as allied health or medical professionals have actually encouraged or coaxed other people to try out things that have not been verified, try out things that are not true, and placing possibly patients at risk. Okay. When you want to leave behind a good social media presence, okay, I focus less on the technology that is there because I don't think that we just leave behind a reputable social media presence. Okay, we leave behind a good reputation. It just so happens it's on social media. Have the substance, have the form. Okay, do justice to yourself, do justice to what you represent, do your homework. Okay, especially if you want to go down the path of trying to influence other people's opinions with your own views. Okay, you have a great opportunity to actually do something good, and you also have a great opportunity to intentionally or unintentionally do something bad. The choice is up to you. I hope you make the right one, okay, as you continue with your life and with your preparation for the professional work. God bless you all.